Only 2 weeks remain of the regular season, and playoff dreams are a lot to be thankful for. It's time for highlights of Week 6 in PIEA Rocket League. We start with interdivisional play where 3-2 Garden Spot Gray would be fighting for postseason against 4-1 Pin Trafford Green. Stepbro would start things off looking very comfortable, beating all 3 defenders with slow play to win Game 1. And in overtime of Game 2, Stepbro would find the perfect mistake to punish and finish the series all too soon. Carlisle Green and Garden Spot Navy would look to notch a second win on the season in a match that would prove to be hotly contested. In game number 1, the heat of the moment would favor AJS as they would score off the sidewall 50-50 to prevail with the only goal. Game number 2 would require overtime, but quick thinking and an even quicker cut by Splash would be just enough to power Carlisle through with a sweep. LaSalle College High at 5-0 would look to defend their Keystone lead against 4-1 Bishop McDevitt. And in Game 1, the situation may have been dire, but that's just the type of control that LaSalle operates off of. 4-1 Game 1. McDevitt would answer back in Game 2 with a 5-2 victory of their own, led by Who Asked Inc. And momentum would be undefeated on the day as a loose ball in the box would be sealed by Who Asked for a Bishop McDevitt 2-1 series. Huge matchup in the Commonwealth as 5-0s faced off. North Catholic and Avonworth would look to reign supreme. And the upstart Avondale would start off strong as a messy in the box would be cleaned up by Kiwi en route to a close Game 1 win. Overtime in Game 2 and Mark II Messi would answer back with a statement double tap, providing one more game with everything on the line. And in that game, pressure would make diamonds, and Messi would power through with this goal to keep North Catholic perfect in a 2-1 series win.
Welcome back to PIEA. It's time for Overwatch highlights for Week 6. We begin this week with Lampeter Strasbourg High School against Penn Manor High School Blue. There's nothing scarier than a Pharah who knows you can't stop them when they want to barrage, and Lampeter Strasbourg are the beneficiary, with a Transcendence keeping the damage dealer alive to close out the 100-0 round. That confidence continued into Map 2, with the Wrecking Ball getting all the way to the spawn doors to cement the 5-minute time bank, eventually leading Lampeter Strasbourg to the 2-0 win. Next up, Conrad Weiser High School and LaSalle College High School. Game 1 featured an ultimate showdown, as 4 out of 6 were used. Even as most of LaSalle College were taken out, the Riptire made sure the fight stayed in hand for Map 1. Moving on to Eichenwald, Conrad Weiser thought they saw an opening for the Shatter, but it was just a gambit for LaSalle College to bait them into the open for the Graviton Surge to collect everyone together for the cleanup. LaSalle College would take this series 2-0. Susquehanna Township High School took on Lancaster Catholic High School Gold this week. And while Zeitz was denied the hammer kill on Torbjorn, the Molten Core and Turret would pick up the slack to give Susquehanna Township Kings Row. Moving on to Oasis, the Spawn Trap shenanigans would continue as Susquehanna set up in close, not even allowing their opponent out for a moment as they would take the series 2-0. Moving on to Pencrest High School versus Forest Hills High School, and there's nothing more satisfying than a huge Reinhardt Earthshatter, and Pencrest were more than happy to oblige as they laid down a full 6-player knockdown to take Map 1. Indian Man was the player who actually got all those final blows on Oasis, and this time was the driving force of the play on Kings Row, as the Genji player made the blades sing to give Pencrest the 2-0 victory. That's all for this week. Tune back in next time for more highlights of all the action for PIEA.